there, people with the internet, and hello again, I'm TheMBmulti, and welcome back to my Doki Doki Purist Mod Let's Play series. This is the 4th episode. We are still mostly on the Act 1 stuff, but we are nearing the end because it's already Sunday. Which means Yuri is coming over. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert, and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monika said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feeling aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on her door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange for her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Mark. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that he's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monika told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monika today? Of course, but I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then? Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So Yuri smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Mark. Huh? Why can't it just be like how it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori! I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something's happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Mark. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Mark? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had a really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like, and that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Huh? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you, even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Mark. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste of efforts caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club. It feels like a spear going through my heart, so that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori, but I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Mark, there's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Mark, Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Mark, Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Mark, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want for her is to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Mark. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too. Sayori lets go of me. As she does so, I let go of her as well. The festival is tomorrow? Yeah. It's going to be fun, right? Yeah. So, would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No! Don't! Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. Mark, wait! Oh, this is different. Just as I'm about to leave, she calls out to me. Her voice shows how conflicted she is. Please don't go. I'm scared. I don't want things to change. I don't want to lose you, but I don't want you to be part of this. I don't want to waste your time. Sayori? I look her in the eyes and smile to reassure her that I'm here to stay. Even if my brain needs time to realize that Sayori, my closest friend, has been keeping something like this from me all this time, for all these years. I know that is no reason to shut myself in my room. Maybe if I stay with her for a while, I can process the information better. You don't need to worry. Let's take things slow. Alright. I don't know how to react. I don't know much about depression, but I do know you're my best friend. What kind of lousy friend would I be if I left you now? Sayori casts her eyes downwards and looks back up at me with a brave face. I can see that she's trying to hold back her tears. I then instinctively wrap my arms around her. I feel her warmth as she starts crying into my chest. For some unknown reason, I feel like I need to suppress the urge to cry myself. I stay strong for her sake. But if I'm honest, I'm more than a little scared. 10 minutes later, Sayori is still crying into my chest. She hasn't said a single word. Why are you crying? I should have stayed quiet. Now things are going to be different between us forever. The struggle in her mind is written all over her face. I realize I can't leave her like this, even if I don't know what to do. If nothing else, at least I can act as a shoulder for her to cry on. I don't know, but I think you're wrong. Wrong? Even if I knew that you were depressed, I would still be friends with you. But why? I don't know the answer myself, but I just blurted my statement out without thinking. For a few more minutes, we simply stand there, locked in an embrace. Neither of us says a word. The only thing that we can hear are our own breaths, and at times I think I can even hear somebody's heartbeat. I can't say for sure if it's mine or Sayori's. Hundreds of thoughts rush through my head as I try to fully grasp the situation. Do you trust me, Sayori? Sayori slowly nods. You are my best friend. I trust you more than anyone. Still, I don't know why I only get more scared when I think about the fact that you mean so much to me. I stroke her hair. You're my best friend too. I won't give up on you, ever. Even if I'm confused, I know these words are genuine. I'm sorry for being such a mess. Don't apologize for it. Things are going to get better from now on. Huh? I want to help you, Sayori. Sayori suddenly turns to me. Mark, no, please don't waste your time and energy on me. But Sayori, I smile confidently and look deep into her eyes. I don't consider being with you a waste of time. Never did, never will. But why? We've been friends our whole lives. This isn't something I'll just let you go through alone. Despite my words, Sayori's expression doesn't seem to change. She sighs. You can't help me. You don't understand. Depression isn't just the same as being sad. Maybe I can, maybe I can't, but I want to try. My words seem to reach her. I see her lips move in a search for a counter-argument. I realize that this is my chance. Before she can retort, I go in for the decisive blow. You're right, I know nothing about depression. I don't know what's best for you, and that scares me, but that's no reason for me to give up on you. Just trust me, okay? Sayori looks at me, almost like she wants to find a piece of doubt in me. Then suddenly, the ghost of a smile appears on her face. Okay. A fraction of the smile that I know and love returns to Sayori's face. From now on, we'll do this together. Even if I know nothing about depression, I promise myself that I will help Sayori. She's always been there for me whenever I was sad, never showing how damaged she really is up until now. Even if I lack knowledge, I'm determined to help her. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. Just then, an idea hits me. How about we prepare for it together? I want to prepare for it together with you. I want that too, but I don't want to be selfish. It's not selfish if both of us want it. Even if I'm too embarrassed to admit it, I genuinely want to spend more time with her. Even if it's just a way to cope with what she told me. It's almost like I think I can process the information better if I assure myself that things are still mostly the same as they were before. She's still my best friend, my only friend, that hasn't changed. I don't think that'll ever change. Ironically enough, now that I know that she's depressed, I want to spend more time with her than ever before. Alright, you have a point, but didn't you have other plans? I shake my head. No? How about Yuri? I mean, I really appreciate the fact that he's so considerate about Sayori's feelings, but it's not nice to let Yuri just wait outside of my house the whole time, you know? No, and even if I did, I'm sure the others would understand. Besides, I feel like I have to be here for her right now. I try my best attempt at giving her a reassuring smile, though with my current mindset it probably makes me look like some monster taken out of a horror novel. Let's do this like we always have, Sayori. Alright. Even if she still looks upset, I feel as if she's calmed down, even if just a little. Maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe it's just me feeling relieved that she doesn't ask me to leave. Text Yuri? Like, how hard is it to just text Yuri to say, hey, I'm very sorry, something came up. I won't be making it home. Can you do the preparations on your own or something? I'll explain later, or something like that. I mean, Yuri would probably think that I'm ditching her. But, like, at least don't let her wait out front of your house for I don't know how long. That's really shitty for... That's very sad for Yuri too. Or for Natsuki, if I had picked Natsuki. We work together on her poem until late in the evening. While she's busy writing, I quickly slip out to send Monika a text explaining that we have to change some of the plans. She quickly replies that she understands the situation and will take care of the rest. Okay, well, at least, okay, well, I was expecting him to text Yuri, but he texted Monika, so that's sort of okay, I guess. I guess Monika is truly alright this time. Can we we're gonna figure that out, I guess. Can we trust Monika? Over the course of the evening, I see occasional flashes of Sayori's old personality, but I don't know if they are genuine or her trying to put up a facade for my sake. Finally, we work ourselves to exhaustion, and it's only when both of our stomachs rumble that I realize how many hours we spent writing her poem. I decide to make her some dinner, despite her complaints. This is delicious, Mark. I haven't eaten food this good in forever. I'm glad you like it. I tried my best. As I made dinner for her, I noticed how almost all the food she had was either fast food or instant noodles. Come to think of it, this is something I've always noticed her serve me when I visited her in the past. Now we understand it was likely because of her depression. She's probably not able to try to learn new dishes. Regardless, Sayori enjoys my food, wolfing it down. I almost worry it'll get stuck in her throat. Mark, are you feeling alright? Sayori notices I haven't even touched my plate despite my hunger. In a desperate attempt to cover up my concern for her, I fake a yawn. Yes, I'm fine. I guess I'm tired. If you want to, you can go home. I can finish the poem myself. No, I'm staying. It's fun to be with you. Fun? She laughs bitterly. I enjoy this, just sitting down and writing poems with you. It's kind of fun, don't you think? Thanks for the compliment. We eat in silence, and I realize how much I valued those days when there was no drama between us. I regret not spending more time with her over the last few years. Maybe if I did, things wouldn't have turned out this way. Maybe I could have done something to help. If only I'd picked up on the signs. How could I not notice how often she was late to school, or how she often wore the same clothes for weeks? Well, since this is a game with limited sprites, there is an answer to that, but I understand why. It's pretty funny. Or how she always let others make decisions for her. Don't blame yourself. I throw her a confused gaze. It's written all over your face. You probably blame yourself for not being there for me, right? Am I that easy to read? Sayori smiles. It's not like you could have done anything. I shake my head. I don't want to believe that. Even if it's true, then you can't seriously think this'll end well for you if you try to deal with this alone. Sayori is left speechless from my remark. Depression or not, I still care about you. You're one of the few people that I can say for sure I trust. I don't deserve this. What are you talking about? Of course you do. Everyone deserves someone who cares about them. That's not what I meant. I don't deserve to be cared about. I have someone who wastes their efforts on me. I don't want to be a burden to anyone, least of all you. Sayori, you were never a burden to me. And you won't be. But you asked me why you should make friends. You asked me why you should make friends when you realize how worthless you are. But aren't we friends? Yes. When you call yourself worthless, how do you think I feel? Of course, it makes you feel bad, which is why I never talk about it. But if you're miserable, and I want to help you get out of said misery, then I'm technically doing it for myself and not for you. Yes, but what are you getting at here? If anything bad were to happen to you, I wouldn't be able to recover. I don't want you to be indebted to me. I want to help you because it also would help me. You would do that for me? Why? Because you're worth a lot to me, Sayori. You want me to be happy, and I want you to be happy. I don't know what would make you happy or what would or what would make you realize how much you're worth, both to me and to others, but I know what would make me happy. What could that be? It's to spend more time with you and make you smile. Sayori looks shocked. You've always made me feel happy because you've always accepted me with open arms. Plus, you're the only girl who I can call my friend, and I'm glad to be able to say that. What I'm saying is that I don't want to lose you. I want to help you. That'll make me happy. Mark, thank you. I'm lucky to have a friend like you, Mark. It feels good to know someone cares about and appreciates me. You're the one who makes me feel that way each day. Even though she smiles and her cheeks redden, I feel an awkward silence falling over the room. It's late. I think we should call it a day. I feel very tired and I need to think. She throws a reassuring smile at me. Don't worry about me though. I won't give up, even if it's just for your sake. Thank you, I appreciate that. We say goodbye for the day. Just before I leave, I hear her whisper something inaudible behind my back. That night, I find myself unable to fall asleep for a long time. My brain keeps replaying our conversation. Can I really do anything to help her? Tomorrow is the day of the festival. Sayori will probably feel awkward after our conversation. I should go check up on her as soon as I wake up. After all, that's what she would do for me if she was in my position. At long last, I feel my eyelids getting heavy. The last thing I see before falling asleep is a memory of Sayori smiling at me. I refuse to believe that her smile was fake all this time. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be something I could be excited for. However, I barely slept last night for many reasons other than excitement. With what we had talked about yesterday in mind, I take out my phone and call Sayori's number, but she isn't answering. A sudden fear takes over me. What if she... Before I could finish my thoughts, my phone rings. I try to answer, but my palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy from the sudden urge of stress, so I drop my phone to the ground. I see she's calling me. I quickly dive down to the ground and swipe my finger across the screen to answer. Mark? Her voice is unnaturally hoarse. I either woke her up or she didn't sleep at all and has been up all night. I decide to indirectly ask her, "Sorry, did I wake you up?" "No, I've been up for a while." Her voice takes on an unnaturally cheery tone. Something's not right here. "Don't worry about me." Her laugh sounds forced. Something is clearly wrong here. "Sayori?" "What?" A sudden fear grips me. I realize I have to distract her somehow before things get out of control. She clearly sounds upset, and from how tired she sounds, I assume that she didn't sleep at all. There's no knowing what she'll do to herself if I hang up on her like this. I called because I want to meet up before the festival. We always go to school together, so how about I come over and make you breakfast? She says nothing, but I hear her sigh on the other end. I promised we'd go to the festival together. Is this because of what I told you yesterday? Is that why you're suddenly acting this way? No, that's not it. I want to spend time with you before the festival. I mean, I woke up so early, there isn't much for me to do to pass the time. Except maybe watching anime. You told me that you didn't want me to turn into a NEET, didn't you? Sayori laughs bitterly at the other end of the phone. You're right, you're absolutely right. And since you're my only friend, I guess I have nobody else to socialize with. It's either you or the anime. I get what you mean. She pauses and I hear a sound of a door opening, followed by the thud of something heavy hitting the ground, and the closing of the door. Alright, when can you come over? I'm on my way now. Okay, I'll go get ready for the day. I'll leave the door unlocked for you. I hang up and run out the door as fast as my legs can take me. I don't even care about closing my door or bother looking at the road. My heart threatening to smash my chest, I make a beeline for her house and I feel black dots clouding my vision by the time I arrive. Panting heavily, I open the door. She really did leave it unlocked. As soon as I enter, I hear the sound of the shower running. Remembering the sounds I heard just before the call ended, I rush up to her room. Oh, is her bed always like that? I mean, I know her room is always messy and stuff, but I never really noticed that. I believe it's because Sayori is always in front, so you never see the bed because Sayori is always blocking it. Her sprites, you know? It's either that or it's Sayori hanging from the ceiling, and then obviously that's where your attention goes. But I don't remember seeing the sheets all like that, but that could just be me. I've watched too much anime to know where this could potentially lead. However, I don't care. I think back. I heard the sound of a door opening. Judging by the sound I heard afterwards, it had to be a room with a wooden floor. That would mean... I mentally asked her to forgive me before opening her closet and run my hands down the mountain of unorganized clothes. Perhaps the sound was just my imagination. For a few minutes I feel nothing as I dig deeper and deeper into the pile. I'm about to give up when my hands suddenly feel something hard and uneven underneath them. I dig it up and my eyes widen as I find myself holding a long tight rope. Did she mean to... Before I can even finish my own thoughts, I take the rope in both hands and dash across the room before throwing the rope out through the open window. Just as I think it's over though, the sound of running water suddenly stops. I realize I'm screwed if Sayori finds me loitering about in her room. I quickly cover up my deed and rush out of the room. I then begin preparing breakfast for the two of us, while silently promising myself that I'll make sure today is going to be enjoyable for her. Okay. Wow. Geez, took you long enough. We were honestly getting worried you'd never show up. Alright, looks like everyone's finally here. It seems like the two of us were the last ones to arrive. Thankfully enough, the actual event hadn't started yet. Sorry, I kind of forgot to write my poem during the weekend. Well, is it ready now? Oh, come on, Sayori. Will you at least try to take this seriously? Sayori casts her eyes downward. This looks bad. Natsuki doesn't know the reason for why Sayori wasn't able to write. I did promise Sayori to keep her condition a secret. I cast a quick glance towards Sayori, whose smile is slowly fading. At this rate, she might start crying. Worst case scenario, her secret might be revealed. On the other hand, I know Sayori is strong enough to endure it. It might make them suspicious if I suddenly act out of character. To speak up or have faith in Sayori's resilience and remain silent. To speak up or have faith in Sayori's resilience and remain silent? Ooh, a new choice! Holy fuck! I mean, I do have faith in Sayori's resilience, but it doesn't mean that I wouldn't speak up, you know? What do I do? I mean, honestly, so Monika should know at least something serious is up because apparently I texted Monika. So Monika should shut this down, although, you know, we know that Monika sometimes is a bit too scared to interfere in these kinds of situations. But then again, if I remain silent now, then Sayori may think like, oh, Mark is not on my side anymore, or whatever. I'm going to say something. I shake my head and look Natsuki dead in the eyes. You motherfucking bitch! No, okay, no, not like that. Stop it, Natsuki. Sayori's not at fault here. Mark? I quickly throw Sayori a stern look to tell her to just play along. She nods, and I can briefly see the gratitude in her eyes. There we go. The reason we were late was because Sayori had to help me write my poem. What? You didn't write one either? Not either. Sayori did write a poem. She had one since Friday. I nudge her with my shoulder and wink at her. Of course she would lie to keep me from appearing in bad light. I see. Mark, why? I told you not to tell them. I shrug. I have a conscience too, you know. I can't let my friend take the fall for me. It's about time I started taking responsibility for my actions. I see. I'm sorry, Sayori. Sayori smiles a radiant smile. Oh, no harm done. I shouldn't have lied in the first place. Natsuki shoots me a frustrated glare. And you? Stop being lazy and contribute if you're in the club. Or did you just join because there were tons of cute girls here? Well, the MC would beg to differ. Like, yeah, jeez. Also, what's up with the switched up attitude, Natsuki? You were rather decently content with my poems up until now. And as a matter of fact, the last poem I wrote, you complimented me for actually trying, because that was the best poem that you've read so far, even though it wasn't tailored to Natsuki's taste. She was like, all right, well, you know, at least you're trying this. At least you're taking the club seriously. And now it's like, ugh, take the club seriously. Natsuki turns her heel and leaves while muttering something inaudible. Anyway, may I see the poem? Oh, yes, of course. Here you go. Also, how the hell were we able to finish the poems all the way so late? Weren't we supposed to tell Monika beforehand so she could put it on the pamphlets? Or did we just tell what the title of the poem was? And then it's like, alright, well, I already locked in the title, I have to lock in the poem now as well, based on the title. I guess that's what we had to do. She hands Monika the envelope containing the poem. You two writing a poem together, aren't you two cute? What? I noticed Sayori's cheeks taking on a rosy sheen. That's odd. What's odd, however, is that for some reason my face feels very hot, and for a few seconds I feel slightly lightheaded. We're not, why would you say that? Hey, I know more than you think. Monika? Having said that, Monika opens the envelope and leaves us alone. That is extra suspicious, because the other lines of Monika saying, oh, I'm always listening and whatever, those are creepy too, because of, you know, that's just Monika giving us hints that she's self-aware. But those are just from the main game. And this mod just completely copied the first act of the main game, of the vanilla game. So I was like, alright, well, you know, of course they left those lines in. But all of this is new content. So Monika right now is saying, I know more than you think, and then rushing off. That is suspicious. Because they wrote that themselves. They didn't copy that from anything to emulate the first act of the vanilla game. Having said that, Monika opens the envelope and leaves us alone. I don't even need to look at Sayori's direction to know she's looking at me. I turn my head and our eyes meet. Sorry, I don't know where Monika got that idea from. We'd be kinda cute together though, don't you think? Even though I say it as a joke, my words make me feel weird. Sayori laughs nervously and I feel oddly disheartened. And that's why I promise I'll stop joking around for the rest of the day. No, I appreciate it. She sighs and sits down on an empty table. The fact that you even joke about it is funny. I sit down next to her and take her left hand into my right hand. Her hands are so small, warm and clammy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, Sayori. If the joke was a joke for any reason, it was that the idea of me ever finding a girlfriend is downright hilarious. Don't say that. I'm sure you'd find an amazing girl who would love you one day. Unless you became a NEET, that is. I promise, once things settle down, I'll help you find someone. I want you to be happy. You deserve it so much. You also deserve happiness, Sayori. Sayori smiles a sad smile. The others will get suspicious if we just sit around here. Let's go and be useful to them, so they leave us alone. Okay. I let go of her hand and we join the others in preparations for the festival event. As I work on hanging up the decorations, I can't help but notice I'm strangely distracted. I don't know why, but I can't shake off this feeling of uncertainty that has taken over me. Even so, I know I don't have the time to think about it too much right now. Before I know it, it's time for the festival. It seems like we have attracted quite a crowd. Oh yeah! Oh, there's so many people here! I notice I'm slightly anxious and step up and stand next to Sayori. I throw a quick look at her face and see a nervous yet gentle smile. The whole room is silent with the exception of a few whispers from the audience. Before long, Monika's voice breaks the silence. Okay everyone, it's time to read poems. We'll start by having the members of our literature club read their wonderful selections first. She turns to Sayori. If you wouldn't mind, could you go first, Sayori? Right, I'll try my best. Give a warm applause to the vice president of our club. As soon as the applause ends, Sayori steps up to the podium and reads her poem aloud. The poem she chose. The poem she chose is one that I've never read before. Oh, wow, they actually wrote a poem. White Lily. Someplace far away, in a wasteland where no man has gone before, in a land where rain and sun's conflict lies at the core, in a land ruled by the rainbows, a single white lily grows. selfishly dreaming to spread joy, even if it meant her devastation, a small price to pay. When the Mr. Sun visits her, she opens her petals and smiles at the cheery day. When Mr. Raincloud comes to play, she closes her petals, wishing she could be several miles away. Even if Raincloud tempts her and wants to be her friend, his false kindness only makes her rattled. The lily wants no temptation. What she dreams for is a peaceful end. Once, a rainbow took the shape of a dark-robed man. As he brandishes his scythe, he heard the lily's sobs. To pluck the lily and end her was his plan, yet he couldn't bear the weight of stopping her heart throbs, and so he sat with her, hearing her story out, sweet words of comfort escaping his mouth. Though she starts off slow due to her anxiety, she quickly becomes more and more confident as the poem goes on. Once she's done, she bows gracefully, as a few members of the audience clap. This is bad. Sayori's performance was excellent, and yet she doesn't receive enough recognition from the crowd. Yell bravo. I'll just clap louder than the others. I clap louder than the rest of them, but it seems like my attempt has no effect other than making me look like an idiot with bruised hands. However, Monika notices my attempts to cheer Sayori on and tells the crowd to give Sayori a warm applause. The crowd eventually gives in to peer pressure and starts clapping louder than louder. Sayori blushes lightly and steps down to the side of the crowd cheering. Even if she says nothing, I can tell that she is feeling grateful for me trying to help. Thank you for that great poem, Sayori. Next up is... Before Monika can finish, Yuri runs up to the podium, tightly clutching her poem and avoiding eye contact with the audience. She then reads her poem aloud. Yuri's performance was splendid. It showed me a side of her that I've never seen before. No sooner had she started reading her poem that her voice became filled with confidence, like she owed the room. She was met with even louder cheers than Sayori's performance did. Soon after, she was followed by Monika and Natsuki. Even before they started reading, it was clear Monika was the highlight of the show. She was met with deafening cheers even before she read her poem, which turned out to be an amazing piece of work. Finally, it was my turn. As the only guy in the literature club, I feel pressured to put on a good show. It's only when I look out at the crowd that I notice most of the audience are guys from my year. They look at me like I'm a weirdo. Sup? I hear a few guys from my class whispering amongst themselves. I know the rumors will be inevitable. Part of me wants to just step down and leave. It'd be less of an embarrassment to me if I did. However, just as I start hesitating, I hear a girl's voice cheering me on. I look down and see Sayori smiling at me. You can do this, Mark. I believe in you. I have to do this for her. I have to put on a good performance, not just to please them, but to make her happy. I take a deep breath and swallow my anxiety, and then read my poem. It's of questionable quality compared to the rest, and I'm met with the coldest reception of the entire club. Barely anyone applauds me, and I hear only one or two guys booing me. They tell me to stop writing since my poem is terrible. Even though I'm used to being treated like a joke by my classmates, hearing them insult me like this hurts me a little more than usual. Give him a warm round of applause, everyone! He did great! Not even Monika can convince the crowd to give me as much as a single clap in my direction. I feel more embarrassed than I've ever been in my life. I need to get out of here. Before anyone can stop me, I take my awful poem and dash out of the room. Well, that's interesting. It's MC this time that is the butt of the joke, so to speak. My performance was a complete disaster. I don't remember the last time I was this embarrassed in my entire life. I made a fool of myself, the literature club, and messed up in front of Sayori. This sucks. I feel like punching the wall in frustration. Of all the days when I wanted to impress her, of all the days when I didn't want to look like a big dork in front of Sayori, of course I had to mess it up today. On top of that, my classmates saw me screw up. I'm sure this is going to have consequences for me. I started walking aimlessly down the corridor, keeping my head low and my hands in my pockets. The pleasant smell of various food stands invades my nostrils, but I don't feel tempted to stop by and check them out. I just want to get out of here, go home and forget about screwing up like this. My phone vibrates as I walk. For a second I stop to check and see that Sayori sent me a message. Damn it! She's probably panicking right about now, but I feel I can't go back. Everyone will just point at me and laugh. Oh no, I think Monika will have killed all of them. Or Sayori would have chewed them out verbally. And maybe even Natsuki would have been. Yuri would be angry too, but she wouldn't have said anything, I think. And maybe Natsuki too, but maybe also Natsuki would have been angry at everyone. Like, she hates me, but also like she hates them hating the club more than she hates me, you know? So she would be angry at them like, hey, cut him some slack. He's actually trying, alright? I would love to see you guys do something, or something along those lines. That's probably what Natsuki would do. I put the phone back in my pocket and start walking faster than before. Just then I hear the sound from someone running behind me. I don't care to look over my shoulder and start running as well. I soon see the door to the schoolyard in front of me. At this rate I'll... Ow! Crash into the sign of one of the fruit stands and collapse on the floor like a downed tree. Great. Just great. As I slowly open my eyes, I look up to see the faces of several second-year students. I can tell they're trying really hard to suppress their laughter. Suddenly, one of them leaps out of the way, and I see a familiar face look down on me with a concerned look on her face. Sayori. Mark, are you alright? That looked like it really hurt. She reaches out to me. I take her hand and get up. I then glance at the small crowd of students who had gathered around me. Show's over, let me through. The crowd slowly disperses while I hear them muttering something about me being a clumsy idiot. Still feeling a little dizzy, I look over at Sayori. You ran too fast. I tried to warn you not to run like that. Her voice is filled with genuine concern. It makes me feel guilty that I made her worry like that. I'm sorry if I had been a little louder, then maybe you wouldn't have crashed like that. No, I'm sorry for running away from the event like that. I'm sure the others must be furious with me, especially Natsuki. Before I know it, she wraps her arms around me and hugs me tightly. Don't worry about it. I'm sure they understand that. Before she can continue, some female students that pass by us wolf whistle at us, calling us a dorky couple. We break apart and I feel my cheeks redden from embarrassment. I feel tempted to correct them that we're not a couple, but I know that I'd only make things worse. Let's ditch... Let's hang glide out of this loser emporium. 10 points for whoever gets that reference. Alright. The cheery voice that I've known all these years returns. Oh, I know a great place where they won't disturb us. I try to walk, but it feels like the whole room is spinning. As a result, I'm forced to lean on her for support as she leads the way to the schoolyard. Ah, it's a different schoolyard. I was expecting the one with the fountain. Sayori leads me to a bench located in a remote part of the schoolyard. I look around and notice there are very few students present. As soon as I sit down, Sayori runs her fingers along my forehead to look for bruises. I'm fine, Sayori, don't worry about me. I know you always... You know I'll always worry, there we go. Anyway, it doesn't look like you've hurt yourself too bad. I also find it funny how, you know, it's a parallel. Sayori bumps her head when we're together in the first part, and now I bump my head and Sayori's checking me out instead. She breathes a sigh of relief and sits down next to me. I feel her staring at me, and I soon turn my eyes toward her, gazing into her eyes. Neither of us speaks a word for a while. All I can hear is the chatter of the students and the rustle of the leaves in the wind. Too many thoughts run through my head. Soon enough, Sayori becomes self-conscious from my gaze and looks down, blushing lightly. I respond by looking down as well. Sorry. About what? I don't know, I guess I made you uncomfortable. Don't worry about it. I think it's fun spending time with you. Sayori's smile fades all of a sudden. I wish things would go back to how they were before. Before I realize what I'm doing, I put my left arm around her shoulder. An awkward tension arises between us, but Sayori doesn't push me away. Instead, I see a weak hollow smile forming on her lips. I don't want that. Sayori looks at me again, saying nothing. We can never go back to how things were before, but we can make new happy memories together. As long as we stick together, we'll find a way. Sayori tries to say something, but shakes her head and sighs. Then, all of a sudden, she starts laughing. I sigh. Oh, come on. What I'm saying isn't that ridiculous. Sayori shakes her head. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just seeing you so optimistic and trying to cheer me up. It feels so surreal. Oh, come on. Am I usually that negative? She chuckles again. Thank you, Mark. You somehow know how to make me feel appreciated. Ditto, Sayori. Her laughter dies down, and her face takes on a serious look. I notice her moving a little closer to me. Sayori? Yes? Do you trust me? I do. Good. Because I want you to trust me that I want to help you. I spent a lot of time thinking last night. I pull her a little closer. She doesn't resist. I want you to be happy. She shakes her head and looks away. Please, I'm not done. I take a deep breath and gather my courage. She needs to know. I don't want you to deal with this alone, but that's not my only reason. I want to spend more time with you. After a long pause, Sayori's eyes become filled with tears, and she rests her head on my shoulder. I guess I'm selfish or something, but I feel the same way. What? She wipes her tears away and continues in a slightly dazed tone. It'd make me happy if I could be with you more often. I feel my cheeks redden. Upon realizing what she just said, she blushes as well. Wait, I didn't mean it like that! Yeah, I know. She lowers her voice down to a whisper. You're the only one I trust enough to tell about any of this. I take a moment to process what she just told me. I have one question, Sayori. Why me? She purses her lips and tries to find an answer, but ends up shaking her head. I don't know. I just feel deep down that you won't take advantage of me. And the way you always make me smile, even when I'm sad, even when I feel like I'm worthless. I notice her voice breaking and quickly look at her face to see tears forming in her eyes. I brush away her tears and give her a reassuring smile. Smile. The tension between us is making it hard for me to breathe. Don't worry, please continue. I'm here for you, Sayori. If it helps, you make me feel the same way. I trust you because you're the only person who doesn't think of me as a joke. That's why I think I can help you, since without you always cheering me up, I'd probably feel worthless as well. Can I ask a selfish question of you? Of course. She pauses as if looking for the right words. I don't rush her. I give her all the time she needs. Is it okay with you if we do more together? I mean, I understand if you have better things to do. I want that too. Great! She hesitates for a moment. If you want to ask the others, then that's fine too. No, I want to spend more time with only you. It'd make me happy. Okay, if you say it'll make you happy, then I believe you. No sooner does she finish saying that, than she lets out a long yawn. I look at her and notice the bags under her eyes. So Yuri, how much did you sleep last night? I got enough sleep? How much exactly? Okay, I know it's no use lying to you. I couldn't sleep. I was afraid of what it'd mean for me now that I've told you about my condition. How about this then? We can already start spending more time together, but only after you've rested. It's no use, I only feel the rain clouds going away when I'm with you. Since then, I know this isn't a dream. I can just wake up from to find that I've lost you. I smile bitterly. Okay then, you can rest here. Use me as a pillow. Before she can protest, I scoot closer and pat my lap. Sayori knows I won't back down. Only if you promise me one thing. Your wish is my command. She laughs dryly. Don't disappear while I sleep. Please don't be a dream. I promise you, Sayori. I'll be here for when you wake up. And when you do, I'll take you someplace fun. That'd be great, yeah. Sayori's eyes can no longer hide her fatigue. After Pinky swearing to her that I won't go away, she smiles and lies down on my lap. 5 minutes later, she falls asleep. I look at her for a while. She looks different when she's asleep. Her face is even more gentle and peaceful. I take off my jacket and carefully cover her with it to prevent her from getting cold when she sleeps. I then look up at the sky and silently promise myself that I won't let her down. Ever. Just as I'm about to take my phone out of my jacket's pocket, I see it vibrate. I check to see that Monika sent me a message, wondering if I'm already wondering if I'm alright after I ran out like that. I texted her that I felt like the stress was too much for me and I wanted some fresh air, to which she merely responded that I should spend the rest of the day to relax and enjoy myself. I don't reply. I hold off on enjoying myself until Sayori wakes up. Right now she needs rest, and I promised her I wouldn't leave. As I look down on Sayori's sleeping face, I tell myself that our story begins now. All right, I think that's a nice place to end it off. Okay, so we are officially in new territory now. No longer the Act 1 from the vanilla game. This is good stuff. I do actually wonder though, I guess we are on the Sayori route because I wrote 3 Sayori poems. Or, you know, at least 2 Sayori poems. But I do wonder how this would have gone if I have picked somebody else to go, you know, if I went on a different route. Like if I went with Yuri or Natsuki, how that would have gone, you know? Would this be the same? Like this always happen? Well, I feel like some of this stuff is a bit more on the romantic side, so I feel like that is more Sayori, you know? But especially those choices related to Sayori. So how would Sayori's depression reveal have gone? Would have been cut out all along? Would it be like the Doki you choose is the one that doesn't show up, you know? Because that would be a quite interesting change if I'm on Yuri's route and then it's Yuri that leaves early or whatever, you know? Or Sayori doesn't leave when I'm on Yuri's route and then this whole part with Sayori is cut out and then I just go to Yuri. Yuri comes to my house, I mean, for the decorations, and then, you know, the Yuri route begins like that. It's the same thing with Natsuki. And I do wonder if there's a Monika route, because there was no Monika chibi in the, in the poem minigame. But I do believe that there is a Monika route in this game, in this mod. But I don't know why I know that. Because I don't know that, but I don't know why I feel like there is. But I just believe that there is. I mean, how do you call yourself the Purist Mod if you don't have a Monika route, right? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Also, maybe it could be like you unlock everything from the main menu because of all the routes that you go on, right? Like maybe Monika route is the final route. Maybe you need to go, because the main menu, there's nobody on the main menu, right? None of the girls are there. So maybe you need to finish every route, like the Yuri route, the Sayori route, and the Natsuki route. And every time you finish a route, one of the girls appears on the main menu. Like I'm on the Sayori route right now, and if I finish the Sayori route with the good ending, then after I start up the game again, Sayori will be present in the main menu, and then, you know, when I finish the Yuri route, Yuri will be there, and when I finish the Natsuki route, Natsuki will be there. And then once I've finished all 3 of those routes, only then will I get the Monika route. And then once I've done that, then I've got the final good ending where everybody lives happily ever after in their own like timeline or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, there's only one way to find out, and that is to keep playing. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Valete!